So Roy, we just had a fantastic event with hundreds of people and thousands of people watching in Brussels. How long have you been working on this event? Because you're Mr. Binance Belgium, right?
Mr. Binance Belgium sounds funny to me. About 2 weeks ago, CZ confirmed to me that he was able to come for just one afternoon to Brussels.
Only 2 weeks ago?
Only 2 weeks ago, yes. Because his schedule was quite hectic. He visits all kind of countries, he travels the world, he's a digital nomad, right? So he doesn't stick around in a certain place for too long. So usually it's like 1, 2, maybe 3 days tops in a certain country. And I managed to get Brussels into the schedule as well, and immediately thought like, hey, if CC is coming, we should do definitely a community event as well.
So all this thing you've organized here, which was a great event with lots of speakers, you've all done that in 2 weeks because you could not confirm CZ here earlier?
Yeah, so we have an amazing team first of all. I have some people working for the Benelux team that helped me out tremendously, and also the event agency and a lot of volunteers helped out to make it all work in this short time period.
Okay. Let's talk about Binance Benelux. I mean, there is now in the Benelux, right? I mean, what is your role and what are your goals?
Yes. So regarding the office, everyone works remotely first. So that's everyone at Binance works remotely basically. So I work from my house mainly as well. But we have a registered an address in the Netherlands. We are working on compliance since like 10 to 8 months. This has become the main priority: regulation and compliance.
Yes, please get regulated. And regulators, please ask them all the questions, they'll confirm to it, and then we can enjoy in the Netherlands the full service suite of Binance, right? Because I mean, in Belgium you can do much more with Binance than in the Netherlands.
Correct, sort of, because the registration requirement is triggered in a different way, right? So we are currently not doing any active marketing whatsoever in the Netherlands, even though that we are more based in the Netherlands. I'm from Amsterdam myself, but we are not trying to acquire any new customers in the Dutch jurisdiction as of now. In Belgium this is a bit different. We can do community meetups, we can bring the community together, we can educate people on crypto and how to trade and how to trade responsibly and for their own risk profile and appetite that they have.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. Have the same status in the Netherlands, and we want the regulators to basically make sure that they talk to you. Now, give us a little overview where Binance is, because you did that, and the numbers were amazing. We're much higher. I mean, I thought there were like 60 million people on Binance, but in reality,
it's almost double. So it's like 118 million KYC trading users on the Binance platform, and surprisingly, they are quite equally divided amongst the continents across the world. So it's pretty hard to say where we are more dominant than in other places. I would actually say we are quite dominant in all continents.
But there was a slide which said that you're the #1 in how many countries?
Yes, in 79 countries out of the 100 countries, the top 100 countries, according to third-party research. And this was based on the web market share, as we call it. That's the amount of people that are traveling the website and then traveling also to the competitors' website. So we compare those numbers, and then Binance comes on top for the 90s of 79 countries out of the 100.
So that's unbelievable, ridiculous for an exchange which started 5 years ago in China and then basically traveled around the world. So that's really interesting. Hey, then also the new products, because I mean, of course, everybody knows the spot market. But on the other hand, they were talking about the earn market. What is that?
Yes, so Binance Earn is basically our collector's name for things that have to do with staking. So staking is quite commonly known in the crypto community. It's quite comparable to having a savings account with your bank, right? If you lock your savings away for a certain amount of time, you will be more likely to earn more interest. So with crypto, the same happens as well. So if you stake, for instance, your crypto tokens, over the amount of tokens that you will have, you will earn interest. And we are trying to make this as easy to use as possible for the people. Do understand that you are holding cryptocurrencies, so there's still risk involved in holding cryptos in general. But
it's painfully easy, right? You just say, hey, you allow it, and then what I thought was really interesting that you explained, you are 100% protected, because I thought, well, if the lender doesn't pay back, we have a problem, but that's not the case.
Yes, when you talk about staking specifically, you are 100% protected with your stakings on Binance, because we have a SAFU fund about $1 billion right now, and we use this to reimburse clients if something happens that's not their fault. Of course, always be very careful. In any disruptive innovation or new industries, there are scammers around, and unfortunately we do see a lot of scammers even impersonating Binance employees, so be really careful. Never share your private keys, send your password, whatever, don't do that.
Don't do that, guys, don't do that. But I saw indeed in Telegram, I will never contact you. If I contact you, it means I'm not dead. And you have to be very careful to sit on the biggest exchange with hundreds of billions of trade. Eh?
Correctly, because a lot of fake profiles are contacting our users and stating that they are either customer support or a manager or whatever. Yeah. This is always false.
Yeah. If somebody from Binance contacts you, be very, very, very suspicious.
Very suspicious about it, even if I'm doing it, because there are. I've even.
Yeah, you were calling me, and I go, Binance is calling me, and what the hell is going on? But okay, that was then to be the MU here. Okay. There were thousands and thousands of people watching, and everything was sold out, right? I mean, how? And the first question I got is, are you going to have more events? People want to basically meet each other. Are you going to do that?
Absolutely. So we just came through. We just had a full lockdown and COVID pandemic for over 2-3 years. So for us, it's really interesting to organize offline events as well. So I'm quite glad that we finally could do something like this. I think this is an amazing kickoff. I won't have the opportunity to invite CZ all the time to Brussels, but we will definitely be there for the community.
Yeah, because it's really interesting. I think it's really interesting to people because CZ says, I'm the mouth. The team runs the operation. I mean, he's actually quite modest. I don't know if that's true, but he's really very clear about that. So the people behind Binance who make the product, we would be much to see them. It's something you can bring them closer.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I find really interesting and nice to see about CZ is he actually visits a lot of community events, and then he takes the time to really talk to his Binance angels as well as the community members of Binance.
What is an angel? How do you become a Binance angel?
And Binance angel is quite interesting actually. Those are the volunteers that help out in the communities basically. So both offline and online. For instance, today we had more than 10 Binance angels who voluntarily work for Binance.
They gave away a NFT, right? And for everybody who's been basically there.
Yeah, you can get an NFT, and they will give you merchandise if they can, but they will also help with the ticketing, organizing, running the day itself. So they do way more than just handing out some stuff. They are really valuable to the company.
So what I thought was nice with Binance at an event like this, everybody's always trying to have positive news. Every speaker was able to talk about the bear market. What can we learn from the bear market? What can we do with it? What is your take on that?
Yeah, so I totally agree with the message that was shared today. The bear market is absolutely for building. So what we see is a lot of retail entrants during a bull market because the price goes up. Everyone is price incentivized. They want to earn more money, jump into the crypto. But there is way more behind it, right? It's about the innovation. If you look at the bull market over 2021, the value was rising so quickly. That's not actually the building that's being done. The building happens during the bear market. People innovate, and then once the innovation is enough, it will kick off and starts its own way.
Yeah. So the consumers need to learn: buy low, sell high. You know, and they're doing the opposite. I mean, you can see that in your statistics. It's just, isn't that really you educate? Try to educate everybody with all kinds of different things. How do you do that?
Yeah, so we have a big platform called Binance Academy, and at Binance Academy we have over 400 articles written for you, even with video content, to teach you about the market, trading strategies, what coins are, what is Bitcoin, what is peer-to-peer, whatever. We try to explain as much as possible, and then it's up to the users themselves to educate them with the content that we are trying to provide.
Okay. Is the Benelux a great place to be in charge of and to help grow? You're the chief growing officer, I think, or chief growing manager.
Yeah, we call it a country lead. So I just lead a small, efficient but talented team to drive adoption in this market. Basically, I love the market. First of all, I'm based in the Benelux myself in Amsterdam, so I'm quite fond of the region, and I absolutely love the Benelux for being so far ahead with a lot of fintech companies. Even outside of blockchain, I think that places like Amsterdam are quite high up in the global ranking.
Okay. Thanks for this event, and also if you want to see it again, you can just Google it, the Binance event in Brussels, and you can see the conversation we had with CZ. You can see Roy giving a big overview. So just take a look at that. Thanks very much.